So I just left the gym. Well, actually, I just left Whole Foods because I was grocery shopping. But I think I saw like the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life at the gym. And I was working out and he was like staring at me. And he was actually like down the treadmill, like 2 treadmills down. So then like I got off the treadmill and I went to the sauna. And then I saw him again. He came to the sauna. The whole time he was like staring at me. And he did not say one word. And I'm just like, are you going to say anything? Like... And I'm not like the kind of person to like approach or talk to a guy first. I know like a lot of girls do that. I just can't. Maybe that's why I'm still single. But men, like seriously, if you're gonna like stare, like why don't you say something? Like what is wrong with men these days? Like they'll stare at you but they won't say anything. It's just so weird to me.
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend, and we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like fucking at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place. Literally. And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it, and I don't know
why.
Because they say, they're not worthy. The girls there are low value. Well, you're never going to find anyone then.
Can y'all please start going out?
Because, like, you're not... I know you guys aren't going to approach us at the grocery store or at the frickin' run club. So, like...
No, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if I haven't
It's also, like, 6 in the morning.
God.
Like, be so fucking for real.
Where are all the men? Literally, I'm so disillusioned by the male population right now because they're all boys. Tell me why the other week the girls and I are... Can the street traffic not? Like, tell me why the other week the girls and I were at the bar and there's like this guy with his friend and like he was kind of cute, whatever, and he was like looking back over at us and we were like, okay, like, is he gonna like do something? Homeboy goes and sits down at the bar and we're like, okay, whatever, like forget about it. And then we see he's like still just like sitting there alone, like what? And he'll be like, he would like look back at us and we were like, and it's like, what, babe? Do you want me to... Hey, babe, you want me to buy you a drink? Like, what do you want? Like... But they literally just think like they're the prize or something. And honestly, it's because the girls are making them feel that way. The bitches are walking up to men and being like, hey, like, oh. Please stop approaching men. If they want you, they need to come up to you and get it. Because the sassy man apocalypse and they're just princesses. And it's like, yeah, boo, gender rules, boo. But at the same time, it's like, inevitable.
What happened to men approaching women? What happened to that? I should cancel my gym membership because I'm not really going that often anymore. However, there's a lot of beautiful men at my gym. Haven't talked to any of them once, but like, I could, like, I might. So I just keep holding on. So I just keep paying the monthly fee and I go like once, maybe twice a week and like kind of look around and like, I feel like sometimes men are like, well, girls don't want to be approached in the gym. Approach me at the gym. Approach me at the gym. If you are not a psychopath, 6'1", dark hair, British accent, approach me at the gym.
When y'all say you start walking with Christ and your phone is bone dry, the girlies were not lying. Because back in the day when I was living in the world, there was always a guy to date. There was always someone my type. I would see them often, whether it's on a dating app, in person, wherever it might be. I would see somebody my type. Nowadays, I'm literally here in San Francisco. I'm literally here in the city. There is an overpopulation of people. I never see anybody. I never talk to anybody. Nobody approaches me that much anymore. When the girlies said God had them in hiding, they were not lying. And I am grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for it. I'm tired of the distractions. I'm tired of the soul ties. I'm tired of that attachment, the feeling rejection, feeling like abandonment, garbage, trauma coming up. So yes, it is very freeing being single, but then sometimes it makes you start to think like start getting doubtful. The enemy puts this negativity in your head. It's like, okay, well, wow, I don't even see anyone on my type. I'm not talking to anyone. I have no roster. Like, what's going on? Am I ever going to find anybody? Is there nobody in the city? Am I alone? Like, it really starts messing with you and getting in your head. And even though you know that's false information, but it's like, well, what am I supposed to think when there's no one around me? But I will say I'd much rather have the peace of just being here, chilling at the house, working on my relationship with God, not worrying about some man, if the relationship's gonna work out, what if. Yeah, it's so much more peaceful now. But it better not last forever, because I don't want that.
The thing, girls love to complain that guys don't make the first move anymore, whether that's in person, whether that's on Raya, whether that's on Cuffed, whether that's in Trader Joe's, you name it. Guys aren't approaching girls like they used to, like once upon a time. Get this. Guy will have the balls to approach a girl in public, and the girls are so mean to them for no reason, just because they don't think he's cute. I'm not saying you have to give your number out to any guy that approaches you. If you're wanting men to be more comfortable approaching women in public, you have to be nicer to them. Give them the time of day. You know, like boost the morale, boost their confidence, so shoot them down and you're a bitch to him that he'll actually go approach another lady out in public. A systemic issue for men not having the confidence to approach women in public anymore. And though I get it, if I was a man, I would not want to approach a girl in public and her be a bitch to me, because man, that shit sucks. I think we all need to be a little bit nicer sometimes, but yeah.
Can we please stop pretending like the reason you don't approach women is because you're scared you'll be accused of sexual harassment? That's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. If you approach anybody with kindness and respect, the worst they can say is no. The reason you don't want to approach women is because you're a sissy. And that's the fundamental issue. Don't stop trying to make it some other situation that has to do with society and culture and feminism, dude. No. Go say hi to a girl. Be nice about it. Whatever. Learn to get a little bit of zhuzh. I don't want to use the word riz. I'm doing everything to avoid using that word. You have to get better at socializing and talking to strangers if it is your goal to obtain a girlfriend via cold open. Now, you can also just hang out with mutual friends, dude. It doesn't have to be like some you don't have to watch a pickup artist and figure out how to do it. Be that guy that's always making small talk with people in a line. Be that person. You can become that person if you would like to interact with women more. Stop pretending it's like culture or something, dude. The reason you don't want to talk to women in public is because you're a sissy and you're nervous and you spend too much time on your phone. We'll talk to other people all the time. Strangers talk to people all the time. Ever met one of those social people that just starts making a friend everywhere they go? Be that guy if you want to be that guy. Stop.
Can 2026 please, for the be the year that guys go up and talk to women in public again? Like, I know there's guys out there that do this, but not enough. There's not enough, because guys who just sit and stare at you from across the room, they just keep making eye contact with you, and you just make eye contact back and forth. Like, please, just go say hello. Just go say hello. It's really not that hard. If she's making eye contact back with you, like if you guys are making eye contact back and forth several times, she wants you to come say hello, okay? If you look at a girl, you find her attractive, and you never see her looking at you again, she probably doesn't want to talk to you, okay? Or she has a boyfriend, whatever. But if she keeps making eye contact with you, that is your sign to go up and say hello. And it is so much more attractive when a guy takes initiative. It shows so much confidence. So what? You shoot your shot and you miss? You're going to miss regardless if you don't go say hello. It's so silly to me. This happens all the time. And twice in the past week, I've had scenarios like this, totally opposites. Last Saturday, me and this guy, he sat across from me at this restaurant we were at, and we made eye contact a few times. I get up, go to the bathroom. We're about to leave. We're washing our hands outside the bathroom. He comes over, says hello. We talk, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, thank you. Like, thank you for coming to make a move and say hello. This morning, I was at the gym, and this guy, one of my guy friends at the gym, texts us, and he's like, you guys have an admirer? And I was like, what? And he's like, this guy is like, will you please talk to them for me? Like, see if like whatever. And he's like, no, these girls are cool. Like, they don't want some punk guy who's not going to come say hello. I'm like, thank you. Like, no, girls don't want a guy who's not going to take initiative. Like, girls want guys who are confident. So even if you aren't confident, you should shoot your shot regardless, because you're going to look so much better and have so much better of a chance if you just shoot your shot.
One thing that I've been noticing with guys when I go out is, instead of them speaking to you directly, like if you're walking, let's say you're walking down the street, right? Y'all are on your way wherever y'all going, and you're walking this way and he's walking this way, he'll wait till you pass him, like right after you pass him, to say, oh, she's gorgeous, oh, the baddies is out tonight, oh, I can't, but did you see who we just walked? Like, oh my goodness. And it's given like girly. I'm sorry, that's something that girls do. You are a man. Why are you waiting till I walk past you to say that you think I'm fine? Am I supposed to turn around and be like, hey, did you talking to me? You think I'm pretty? Me, I'm good. Like, you're a man. Be a man. Be bold. Stand on it. It's giving passive. It's giving scary. Like, are you scared to go after what you want? Because if that's the case, then You don't need to come after no woman, none at all. Not me, no woman at all. Go after, I don't know. You stay on Instagram then. Keep it on the playground, because it's like, for you to not say nothing until I walk past you, let me ignore you in your face. If I'm not gonna talk to you, let me ignore you in your face. I'm gonna ignore you behind your back too, because I don't have no choice now. But like, who gonna be the boys? Who gonna be the boys? If you expect me to turn around and be like, oh, he said I'm fine. He said I'm fine. Hey, me, I'm fine, please. Who's gonna be the boys?
I just got back from doing some groceries. I was at the self-checkout and I was right next to 2 staff members. They were just overseeing the self-checkout area, and one of them said to the other, "Did you see that man who was staring at that young girl?" The other staff member said, "No, what happened?" She just goes on to say, this man was just staring at this young girl who was looking behind him, because it was at the self-checkout. The checkouts are opposite each other. So he kept looking behind him, going out of his way, stopping in between his shop to stare at this young girl. And they just go on to talk about how obviously disgusting this is. But the one that pointed it out said, once you notice it happens all the time. You see it all the time, being at the self-checkout. Men staring at girls and women, young girls especially. She specifically said it happens all the time, every day. It's everywhere, and it is very common. And I know this, and if this is showing up on your algorithm, you likely know this too. But seeing it and hearing other people talk about it, it never loses its hard-hitting nature. It's so exhausting. Like, there is not one second where we live without this. Like, I can't go and get my groceries without coming across it in some sense, without me being the victim to it or witnessing other women be victim to it. I just hate that it's something that, we live with.
Men don't really approach women in the wild anymore. This is something that is very common. We all know this at this point. Dating apps, shout out. I understand it can be intimidating, but I just got a really good compliment. And it wasn't even like a good compliment. It was just like a good segue to like have a conversation. This guy, very kindly, I could see him staring at me and I'm like, oh, here we go, And he just goes, "I really like your dress." And that was it. And then he left me alone. And if he had kept going with the conversation, would I have talked to him? Yeah, because that was normal.
Okay, this is for the guys and the guys only. When you and a girl lock eyes, and you know that you lock eyes, like, why don't you guys come up to them anymore? Genuine question, like, I just want to know. I just got back from Trader Joe's. I'm in my car, eating the wrap. I, like, turn around, I see this guy looking at me. I'm like, oh, wow, he's really cute, really tall. Don't know his name because no interaction. But we, like, look at each other, whatever. But then, like, he doesn't say anything. So now it's, like, awkward. I'm like, okay. Because I'm not gonna say anything. But, like, why don't you guys talk to us anymore? Like, I don't get it. And, like, I want to get it. But if that was you, hey. Anyways.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard or they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah. Or we're not from here, but like live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So, like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like, you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to, like, look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, I mean, good for you. He came in and he was, like, asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems, like, wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But, like, we weren't, mean to him. We were just, like, talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think, like, if you could just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but, like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me, because that's what I ultimately find sexy. Like, if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, like, I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like, then I'm gonna be like, okay, swerve, right? But you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the fuck?
I want to be approached by a man. You heard that right. I'll tell you this. I would never be rude to a man or call him a creep for approaching me in public unless he was inappropriate. Touching her, making a sexual comment or a sexual reference, then I might say something to you and it might come off a little rude because that's inappropriate and that would be creepy. So don't do things like that. But if you send a smile, flash a smile, you make a little eye contact and you realize there's mutual eye contact going on, that's totally okay. Offer to buy them a drink. If they're next to you, maybe you just say hello in casual conversation. Introduce yourself maybe. If you get the vibe they're not interested in talking, back off. But yeah, I'm totally for being approached in public by a man. Go for it. If you're nice, I'll say hi. It doesn't mean I'm into you. I might still reject advances at the end of the day if you're not my type, but I'm not going to be mean to you and I'm not going to show disgust or call you names or cause a scene in public. I think a lot of women feel the same. We wouldn't do that. And if women do reject you, don't explode on them. Just move along. It just means they're not the right person for you because you're not the right person for them. So it's fine. If you have been called a creep in public, if you have been rejected in a very harsh way, you don't mind sharing, drop your story in the comment because I would love to hear about these. I have not heard that. And I'm also interested to see how many of you have experienced it firsthand versus how many of you have heard through TikTok and stuff that it's a thing. I'd like to know. How many of you have actually been called a creep? Because I've heard that thrown around a lot, but how many of you are getting called a creep in public? Is that really common? Because yeah, I wouldn't do that as a woman, and I know a lot of women that also wouldn't do that. So let me know.
To all the single girls who want to meet a man in the wild, you have to start making the first move because they're not going to do it. And I have proof, let me tell you. A couple months ago, I was out at a bar and I saw a cute guy and we made eye contact across the room, and we were literally making eye contact with each other for at least 30 minutes before I made a first move and did something about it. It got to a point where we were literally locking eyes so much, but he clearly wasn't going to do anything, so I had a friend of mine that I was with go up to him and say something, and we ended up talking. Long story short, we exchanged phone numbers. We did go out a few times with each other, and although it's not going to work out for other reasons out of anyone's control, he did admit to me that he probably wouldn't have gone up to me if I didn't. Because we were talking about just dating and stuff, and we got into how no one really approaches me that much. He's like, oh, why are they intimidated? And then I was like, well, yeah, I had to say something to you. Were you going to come up to me if I didn't say something at first? And he was like, we were making eyes. He didn't give me an answer. He was just like, I don't know. So even if you're making eye contact with a man, they're still not going to get the hint. You still got to go up and do it. So this is just your sign to go do it. Do it yourself, have a friend do it, because they're still either insecure or scared or both, or they just, I don't know what's wrong with them. But girls, we gotta do our own thing now, I guess.
We gotta discuss this new phenomenon
in dating where men legit are scared to death to come up and speak to a woman first. Like at this event last night, there was a lot of men that are like motioning for the woman to go to them. Like I had so many motioning me for me to come to them last night. And I was like shaking my head, nah, bro. If I got to do all that, you ain't it. I can tell you right now. Any man that I have ever actually really, really liked has applied pressure, has like hopped in my DMs, has come straight up and talked to me. Like my husband ain't gonna be any different. So if I gotta go out of my way to go talk to you to make you comfortable because you were so scared of rejection, you ain't it. You know, you gotta start looking at rejection as redirection. It can't like sting your ego. You know, it can't, don't let it hurt your ego too much. But there's a lot of men out there, they be scared. They just be scared. They be scared. Like one of my friends, she's drop dead gorgeous, okay? There's a lot of men waiting to talk to her ass. I'm just like, go talk to her. Just like, why? Just go talk to her. Like, and then this is another one. They were shaking my hand last night. Soft ass handshakes. Nah, bro. Shake my hand. Like, shake my hand. Give me the handshake. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta work on that. Y'all gotta work on that.
There's a misconception that men can't approach women because now they are considered creeps if they do, and this is false. I think this is both a slippery slope and a straw man fallacy. Because what you're basically saying is, if I can't approach you and pursue you the way that I want, then I can't approach you or pursue you at all. You can absolutely approach a woman, but what you can't do is cross boundaries or blur the lines of consent. So if she says no, that means that you don't keep pressing her, pushing her, following her, harassing her, calling her BITCH and all that other stuff. That means that you say, okay, no problem, thanks, well, I think you're beautiful, and have a great day. So what women have asked for is that we can say no safely without being harassed or verbally or physically sexually assaulted. We never said you couldn't approach us. And I partially blame a lack of etiquette because there's no formal dating practices. That means we're relying on common sense. We're relying on your ability to read the room and read a person's body language and adjust accordingly. But evidently that's a lost art, or I don't know, maybe men are not particularly good at reading body language or social cues, verbal cues. Maybe that explains a lot of the misunderstandings between us. But in most cultures, you'll see there's some type of formal practice for courting. So again, years ago here in the United States, a woman might purposely drop her handkerchief so a man can pick it up and start the conversation. You'll see in some cultures, tribal cultures overseas, they will like jump up and down, show their teeth. There's actual rituals for picking a partner. They even have had balls where there's a process for formally asking for a date, how many times you dance with that person, and what the process is afterwards, after that dance. There's even the act of courting, or going to a woman's house and talking to her parents, meeting the family, et cetera, to express your interest. But our processes have gotten so relaxed, and we've pretty much thrown out all types of courting and etiquette that leaves people with no formal guideline for how to court and how to pursue. And although you don't need that, apparently you do. I 100% believe you should be able to read the room enough and read a person's body language and social cues enough to know, okay, let me back off this pursuit, or, let me keep the conversation going. But for the people who don't, there needs to be some type of formal etiquette or formal courting process, because for some reason people think that they are the victim because women have simply asked for consent. The more you know.